there's a lot of similarity between going to Toastmaster and going to a Korean restaurant for a bibimbap. Because when you go to the Korean restaurant for the very first time, it is because of that main meal, that bibimbap, the main course. But the reason that you go back there again for the second time, third time, for the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, is because of the side dishes that comes along with it. So in Toastmaster Club, it is similar. At least for my case, I came to Queenstown Toastmaster Club because I want to learn public speaking. That's my main course, public speaking. That's it. I just want to learn public speaking. But as I come here, then I realized that the reason why I want to go back here again and again, there are many reasons, and those are all the side dishes. One of them is because over here, I learned to identify leaders, how to identify talents within people. Like every one of us here have certain strength, of course weakness, but have a certain strength. And here I get to learn how to identify that and put them at the correct place. And I bring this knowledge back home. And when I look at my kids who look gobblish, I'm able to identify certain talent within that gobblish little boy and make them feel strong about themselves, that they are given with such talent, don't waste it. So that allows me to be a better parent at home because of Toastmaster. Again, another side dish is I learned to create visions. When I was given the baton from Kim Loon to be the president of the club, it was a heavy responsibility on me that I must make things work. And this must become a better club because of me in this term. And while doing that, I realized that I have to come up with new visions. I have to look at the visions that was created in the past, adjust, modify, and come with new visions. So I learned how to be a visionary, how to think of ideas, and how to make it work. And that's another thing that I learned, how to create ideas, visions for the organization in Queenstown Toastmaster Club. In this case, that's another side dish. But when I bring that home, I'm able to create vision for my family. What do I want the family to be like? Hostile, happy, or competitive, or fun? A vision for the family, a vision for my work as a realtor, a vision to make my work prosper. And that's what I get from this second side dish. The third side dish would be how to handle fear. When I took over the baton and I have all these visions, the vision looked perfect. It looked like exactly the thing that I want to achieve. But the journey from me to there, from where I am to where I want to be, or rather the club wants to be, it looks scary. So in Queenstown's Toastmaster Club, or rather in Toastmaster Club, what I learned is how to handle this fear and go for it anyway. Because we all know, if we look at our own history, the greatest achievement that we have created in our life, most likely it is after a certain failure or after a certain big major step that we have taken that is fearful, but we still do it anyway. So in Queenstown's Toastmaster, it's the same thing. This year, we tried a lot of new things. It was fearful for me. Of course, I try not to show that fear, but it's fearful for me. And because I took all those fears, we accomplished something different as well. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, I'll let you know later. But coming back to Queenstown's Toastmaster Club, we have all these side dishes that make people want to come back year after year. And for Cynthia, who just came in, for 20 over years. And tonight is one of the rare evening, like what Aaron mentioned, the only evening once in a year that you get to experience not just the main course, the bibimbap, the public speaking part, but also some of the side dishes that we have prepared for you at the end of the whole session, which is the AGM. Over there, we'll show you what are some of the things that we took up over this year. We'll show you how we identify talents and put them into the correct place. We'll show you what are some of the fears that we have to overcome before we reach what we want to achieve. So tonight is a night of learning. Tonight is a night of exploration. Every minute is exciting. So please hold on to your seat and enjoy your dinner. Over to you, Aaron.
Thank you very much, Club President Andass. Wow, that's a lot of side dishes coming in from the man himself. Coming on this second last chapter meeting of the term then. So I must say that sometimes people they go for the star attraction, they go for the thing that they are attracted with first, but they end up staying because of not just the side dishes, they end up staying for, perhaps some of the other dishes that they want to try, but perhaps just not today. And some of them even end up staying, more importantly, because of the service and how they felt when they enter such establishment. So I'm glad that Andass has seen our service to be fit for him to keep coming back to Queenstown Toastmasters again and again and again. All right.
This slide, we took 1 year to prepare. Let us take a look at the slides. Okay, so let me go from top to bottom. So this year I was given a baton from Kim Loon to be the president for just 1 term. And with that comes a lot of pressure. And now I'm very glad because just 1 more meeting and the pressure will be all gone. Over to the next person who we'll introduce later on. Our VP Education, Vice President of Education is Wendy Ng, VPM Loretta, VPPR Wendy Neo, Secretary Samuel, Treasurer our Ming Yuan, SAA Tracy, and of course our immediate past President Chi Kim Loon. All right, one of the things that we look at when we first took over the term is we want to have some initiatives. And one of the initiatives that we did was on CSR, corporate social responsibility. For that, we organized one shopping trip for the elderlies of the Queenstown area. The elderlies who stay around the Queenstown's Toastmaster Club, we brought them for a shopping trip. Most of them are alone at home, staying alone in the household without much of a support. So we give them a voucher. We brought them for shopping trip. So Aaron is there. Many of us were there as well that day. Now the second initiative you see on the right side of the screen is what we call the Pandas Gift Coin. So when we were brainstorming, one of the session we look upon the ribbon that we give. Every evening when you win the best speaker, the best evaluator, the best table topic master, the table topic speaker, you'll get the ribbon. And we were looking at the price tag of it and we were thinking, well, it is not exactly cheap. So why not we think of something that can amplify the cost that we are going to put in? We are going to put in that cost anyway. So we designed, with a collaboration with a third party, we designed this Pandas coin. So for the past 1 year, everyone who won a speech that evening walk away, if it is a physical meeting, they walk away with such a Pandas coin, a physical Pandas coin that they can hold in their hand, bring it home, remind them to pay it forward to another person, to do something good to another person, and then to give it away. So in other words, the Toastmaster meeting doesn't end at 9:30 p.m. You go home and you have to have a homework to do something good for someone else and pass the coin away. So the same money that we have, the same budget that we have for the ribbon actually goes a lot more with this year's initiative through the Pandas coin. And mind you, this Pandas coin is silver plated. All right, the next initiative that we have in the past 1 year is, we call it the Project Loud. So it does not matter how good we are if no one knows about us. So this year, something that we are looking at is to be as loud as possible so that people are aware of our presence, so that we can strengthen, we can reach out to more people and potentially help more people this year or next year. So every single session, in fact, when we were having our meeting, we were already typing out some of the script for tonight's posting. So every night, every event, we have posts, and we actually have very good outreach through all these posts. The next thing that we had was to increase the outreach. This year, we make something different. It was something scary that we haven't done before, but we actually paid a third-party professional to help us to make a video. We invested money that we have never done before to make a video that can put us on a professional light, in the limelight. And this video can be recycled, not just this year, next year, but many years from now as well. At least part of it could be. So this is something that we have done. And the result is we have garnered 53 speech crafters through this video. And we have a few thousand viewers for these speech crafters, which means 53 of thousands of them have seen this video, and out of which at least 53 has taken action and came for our lesson. So that's the result of the loudness video. Now, another thing that happened in the past 1 or rather 2 years is we went from a physical meeting into a Zoom meeting. Now, when we go from physical to Zoom, there's something that we lose, but there's something that we gain. What we lose is that we are now able to hide behind the camera, having our script right in front of us. But at the same time, what we gain is that in physical meeting, you cannot speak to 1,000, 10,000 people. But in a Zoom session, digital meeting, you can. So we lose something, we gain something. Now in December 2021, with the initiative of Wendy Ng, remember this name, Wendy, her name will pop up again later on. With the initiative of Wendy Ng, we went into a hybrid meeting. A hybrid meeting has the strength of a physical meeting and none of the weakness, and the strength of a Zoom meeting and none of its weakness. So then in the picture on the right side, we see Sin Tiong on the stage giving a presentation to us live. There's no way he can hide any of his body language. No way he can hide a script without us knowing it. So there is no way he can not improve on his stage fright. But at the same time, there's a camera in front, and you can see in the middle of the picture and the stage, there are many people watching him in Zoom as well. So he has to tackle not just his stage fright, but also his camera shyness, both at the same time. So people who graduate from Queenstown Toastmasters Club from today onwards because of Wendy Ng will be one of the best speakers available. Now, talk about Wendy Ng. This year, we won the President Distinguished Club Award. And I'm not humble to say that it is not possible without the help of our VP Education, Wendy Ng. So instead of me presenting this part, I would like Wendy to present it instead, because this is her part. Wendy, please.
Thank you so much, President Andass. Okay, definitely it's not my personal contribution. I would say it's a team effort. First of all, speaking about having the backtrack a little on the hybrid meeting, because I feel like I haven't met most of the Queenstown Toastmaster member. So in one of my speech, I remember is like, shall we? So that was how it all started. And thank you so much for agreeing for the suggestion of having a hybrid meeting.
This slide is the most exciting slide that I have for this evening, because this slide will give you a clue into what you can expect in the next 1 year. Let me start from the last and go to the first. The last person in the whole list is actually myself, the president. Tomorrow, starting from next month, I'll be the immediate past president. Kim Loon has graciously be willing to help me to be the second in charge of the immediate past president role. And next up, we have again Chi Kim Loon as the Sergeant at Arms. And you'll be glad to know that starting from next year, when you come for physical hybrid meeting, you can eat the chicken wing that is purchased by a distinguished Toastmaster. For our treasurer, again, we have yet another distinguished Toastmaster, Aaron, to take care of our finances. For a secretary, she's always smiling, yet another distinguished Toastmaster. Now, for the 3 vice president positions, this is where it gets interesting. Now, just now we have been showing about the Facebook advertisement and stuff. There is one direction that we are trying to head towards. We want the club to get young bloods. And yet, nowadays, the young bloods are no longer going to Facebook because their parents are. So they don't want their parents to track what they are doing. So they are getting out of Facebook. So in order to catch their attention, to find them, we should go where they hang out. And where do they hang out? Dave knows. So in fact, Dave is operating a channel in TikTok, and he is getting great success over there. So in the next 1 year, he has plan and strategy to bring his talents, his know-how, and bring Queenstown Toastmaster Club into TikTok. So next year will be an exciting year. Of course, Dave will get lots of people to know about Queenstown Toastmaster. That is not useful until we have Wendy Neo, the Vice President of Membership. So Wendy this year is the VP for PR, and she's so good, we are not going to let her off. So next year, she'll be the Vice President of Membership. So she'll take over the people, the inquiries from VP PR and convert them into members, convert them into speech crafters. Now, Dennis Wang, as you have seen him earlier on, he's a very hardworking guy. So we decide to give him a little bit more saikang. Let him take care of let him take care of all the agendas, call people one by one, take care of the timing one by one. So Dennis will be doing that. And last but definitely not least, we have Wendy Ng, whom you have heard her name many times this evening. She is the person who has been preparing all these slides for us for the past one entire year. And now she has gracefully accepted our invitation as the club president. In fact, before we chose her as the club president, we had a voting, a close voting amongst the entire group. And she is chosen by every single person we checked with. There is no better option other than Wendy. So looking forward to the next 1 year, you have one of the strongest presidents you have seen in Queenstown's Toastmasters history. You have the strongest team that we have ever seen, and you have the right people that is in the market at the right time, which is doing TikTok, exactly what we need. So the next 1 year will be an exciting year, and I really look forward to the next 1 year, and I really look forward to Wendy's leadership. I will not share too much about Wendy's strategies, but I'm sure she has, we know she has a strategy on what is the direction that she's heading towards next year, and I'm looking towards her presentation.